What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But guys, our road to Masterball series where I climb the online VGC ladder and ultimately try to do decently on the Masterball tier. You'll have to bear with me, guys. I'm just gonna straight up say it. I feel like absolute garbage, man. I've been sick for like 2 weeks and it seemingly has gotten worse. So I don't know what's going on, dude, but I feel terrible because I didn't stream this weekend. And I really haven't been posting a ton of content, so I wanted to get you guys a new Road to Masterball video. If you guys would show some love, man, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. Hopefully I'll start to feel better in the next couple days. But for those who don't know, I'm a big frequenter of Reddit and RVGC, which is the Pokemon subreddit. You should definitely go drop a kind of a follow there or whatever. But I came across this team last night. I spent a lot of time looking at this subreddit because it helps me get an understanding for what people are using and maybe some unique stuff. And this team really stood out to me. I thought it was pretty cool. I don't really know how good it is, but the guy made it to Masterball tier with it. He said he's top 8,000, which, no disrespect, isn't a crazy accomplishment, but I think the team has some potential, so I thought we kind of busted out. So thank you, Whooper, for posting this team report. I'll put it in the description below, but basically it just features, and I'll pull up kind of the team behind me. You can grab the rental yourself. But it basically features two leads, which is Sableye, Excadrill, and Sableye Toxtricity. You can also run like a Rangaroo as well, but the whole idea is Toxtricity is able to fire off really powerful Boom Burst with its Punk Rock and Throat Spray. It can pair that nicely with Sableye, which is a Ghost type and immune to it, and a Rangaroo which has Telepathy, which means that it cannot be affected that way. You can stop Trick Room by running Imprison and a Trick Room, which is really cool, and then start Instructing, so it's a good anti-Trick Room Pokemon. And then you've got some really powerful stuff, like just Excadrill, Togekiss, and Dracovish. Very powerful Pokemon there. So I think this team is super duper cool, and I really like Toxtricity. It's not a Pokemon I've featured a lot on the channel yet, so I thought it'd be fun to give it a shot. And for those who don't know, before Dallas Regionals, I was actually running a team with Sableye. In fact, it was actually this Sableye set with the Roselli berries, so I thought that would be really cool to try that out. So I've got this team here. We're gonna borrow the team. We're gonna jump into some battles here. I haven't really done a ton of competitive since Dallas, Texas. I told myself I was gonna take a little break from competitive, like a week off, and then now that I have gotten so sick, like I haven't even been on my computer lately, and it's been rough, and I've just been feeling like absolute garbage, dude. But it is what it is, man. I'm sure I'm gonna be fine. It's just a really bad cold. So we're not doing super good here in the Ultra Ball tier. This has actually been like a really rough kind of start to the season, but it's okay. I'm not gonna stress about it. But I'm excited to try this team because I do think Toxtricity is a really cool Pokemon, and it's something that I haven't seen utilized a ton. It's got really powerful stab with Overdrive, and you can even pair that with like Sludge Wave and stuff. I'm not sure if this one has it. Let me look. Can you Sludge Wave? Yeah, so you can actually Sludge Wave your own Togekiss and activate its weakness policy, so that's kind of a cool strategy as well. So some things that we can try to utilize. But this team is actually very similar. He's got a Sand team with Togekiss and Gastrodon, as well as Arcanine and Sableye. So my first thought here is I would guess my opponent is going to have to bring they're gonna have to bring their Gastrodon in the back. This is a situation where I think Togekiss could actually be decent, and I also think that Sableye is okay here. I'm trying to think of how I want to approach this. I don't necessarily know if I want to set Trick Room against them, but Trick Room or Rangaroo isn't terrible here, especially since I can fake out the Tyranitar. I'm not sure if I think Toxtricity is that good here, though, if I'm being totally honest. I think, like, the guy's team report, he basically said his default lead is Sableye with Toxtricity or Drill. So maybe we just lead Sableye and Drill in this one, and then maybe brings Toxtricity and Togekiss in the back. I think seems like a pretty safe bet. I don't want to bring Dracovish, so let's try that. Let's try Sableye, Excadrill, and we'll bring Togekiss and Toxtricity in the back. We're gonna try to utilize that Focus Sash and maybe not get locked into, maybe not max until we have our Togekiss in the field. But that is a really cool interaction that you can use with Sludge Wave, is you can Sludge Wave your own Togekiss, activate the weakness policy, and then attack really hard. I would assume, though, based on the team that I'm seeing right now, the Toxtricity is actually slower than the Togekiss. It looks like that is the case. It's a very bulky Togekiss, but I think Toxtricity is actually slower. So I'm not sure if that interaction is very good, because this is a very like bulky Toxtricity, which, again, I didn't make the team. I'm just trying it. So they're going to lead Excadrill T-Tar, which is a very common lead that we see a lot of. Sableye and Excadrill, and actually are both shiny too. I didn't even know that. This is the first time I'm using the team. So we can actually Quash and then just hit something really hard. The Excadrill has Iron Head, Earthquake, Rock Slide, and Protect, so I have some options there. I think Iron Heading into the Tyranitar is kind of nice here. I can also burn something with Prankster, but we cannot burn the Tyranitar because it's a Dark type. So I'm thinking our best play is just burn the Excadrill and just kind of try to weaken that thing, and then maybe just go for an Iron Head into the Tyranitar. I'd love to max right now to get a defense boost, but I'm not sold that that's our best play. So I think I just want to Iron Head into the Tyranitar. I don't want to fake anything out because I think I'm going to make a misplay. So I'm just going to Iron Head that T-Tar. It could be, we have to be very mindful of the fact that T-Tars always can carry that weakness policy. So if we activate a weakness policy here, that could be really problematic. But let's see what our opponent is going to max. Ideal situation for us is it's the Excadrill and we can burn it, but they're going to actually max their T-Tar. So if this is a weakness policy T-Tar, this could be really bad. But I do have a Togekiss in the back. I don't want to max on turn 1 because I think I can max Togekiss later and actually do more damage with that. But let's see what happens here. So I get the Will-O-Wisp off. We actually don't miss, which is really nice. And I effectively, you know, kind of weaken this Excadrill from being a bigger threat than it needs to be. And then he's going to go for, what, a Rock Slide? Yeah, he's just going to fire off a Rock Slide. This is burn, so it's not going to do too much. The downside, though, is Excadrill is now actually gets flinched, and then he's going to max Knuckle into the Excadrill and probably knock us out here. So pretty rough first turn for us. Oh, we actually live. Okay. Well, we got flinched, though, so, I mean, that's, like, really bad. That's actually really annoying. Absurdly annoying, if I'm being totally honest, but that's okay. We're going to get hit with some Sandstorm, and again, we cannot burn the T-Tar here, which would be really nice, but we just can't do it. So I have to figure out what I want to do here and how I want to win this, because Toxtricity is not going to do well. I need to weaken that Tyranitar right now, and I'm not sure how I can do that. What I can do is I can actually quash the Excadrill, which isn't a terrible idea. We could quash the Excadrill and then go for the Iron Head this time into the Tyranitar, or just Earthquake. I will hit my own Sableye though, which I'm not super sold on. So I think I'm going to just quash the Excadrill and then Iron Head the Tyranitar here. If it is weakness policy, then so be it. He's going to actually max guard his Tyranitar. So, I mean, whatever. So be it. I quashed the Excadrill. All I can hope for here is a miss now on this Excadrill. That was an interesting play. He actually, yeah, Iron Head goes into the Tyranitar, doesn't do anything there. And then he's going to Rock Slide again, I'm sure. And he does. And that's going to probably pick up the KO. Yes, it does, unfortunately. Okay, but we're not out of it yet. We actually have a very cool interaction right now where we could potentially deal some big damage. They are +1. We have to keep that in mind. They are +1. But we could quash again and get Toxtricity on the field. Or I'm sorry, Togekiss on the field and try to get off a big hit off into that Excadrill slot. And that's actually what I'm going to do here, because I don't want to attack the T-Tar right now. I'm going to actually just quash the Excadrill, and I'm going to max Flare into the T-Tar. That's going to remove their special defense boost. It's going to set up the Sun, and I should be able to pick up the KO on the Excadrill. Hopefully. It is a max Flare. By changing the weather, like I said, I removed the special defense boost. In theory, the Tyranitar is going to knock us out, or at least proc our weakness policy. He'll lose his max Tyranitar, and then we can hopefully knock him out with a max Starfall in the following turn. That's going to be the way we're going to try to pull this back. I'm not necessarily sold that that's the best way to do this, but we're kind of at a bad spot. That flinch on turn 1 was really brutal because we would have been able to get some more damage off there, but he's actually going to protect his Excadrill, so my man's making all the plays out here. We'll see if his T-Tar's faster. Quash comes off, doesn't do anything. And what's this T-Tar going to do? Is he faster than me? He is faster than me, so he's going to get a max Rock Fall off. This is +1. This is going to do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, yeah, that's just a really unfortunate situation. I feel like my opponent is reading all of our moves like very, very well right now in terms of the decision making, so just props to them. We will be able to change the weather, which is nice, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do anything to that T-Tar right now. There's just nothing I can do to it. He's +1. I weaken the Excadrill here. We change the weather, but T-Tar's faster. This Togekiss is very slow, actually. It's not a very fast Togekiss at all. So that tells me that this T-Tar is actually like fully offensive. So that's something to note here. Now, I mean, we have a couple different options. I could try to quash the Excadrill again here. The thing is, if I don't kill that T-Tar right now, like, we're going to lose this anyway. So I'm not really sure how I want to approach this. I think I have to quash the Excadrill, slow that thing down, and then I think I have to just go for the max Starfall into the Tyranitar. Because if I can get rid of the Tyranitar, then we can try to win with Toxtricity. But if I can't get rid of that Tyranitar, we're going to just lose. So if he Rock Slides and KOs here, which I think he will, we're just going to lose this game anyway. So here comes the Rock Slide. I'm thinking this is going to pick up the KO, and it does. There's nothing we could do in this situation. I needed that damage off on the Tyranitar, and I just was not able to get it. So kind of a rough start for us. Here comes the Rock Slide again, and we just get Rock Slide spammed to death. The Excadrill T-Tar core has actually kind of lost a little bit of its flair as of late because of the fact that Conkeldurs are everywhere. This team, I'm not really sure what it's supposed to do against this because Toxtricity just gets wrecked. I guess maybe bringing its choice banded Dracovish, so not even Scarf. So maybe bringing the Dracovish might have been a play. but I'm pretty sure Gastrodon is going to be on the other team. So the game started off okay for us. I'm just going to run because we can't win with Toxtricity at this point. The game started off okay, but him getting that max knuckle off and us getting no damage off on him was pretty massive. And I'm not sure what the T-Tar's item was, whether it was weakness policy or not. But like the fact that we got flinched on that first turn just like really put us in a bad spot. Because he was definitely offensive. He was like fully HP invested, which tells me that he probably was not. If I had to guess, he probably was not weakness policy because he was so offensive. Yeah, he was definitely an offensive one. And you know that because he was fast. He was faster than the Togekiss, and there was nothing that would have warranted that otherwise. So this is like a minimally speed invested Togekiss, but that T-Tar had to have been like max speed to outspeed us. So just a couple things to note there. But either way, it is what it is. We'll take the L there. Kind of an unfortunate start, but that's okay. This team, actually, I feel like I came across this team recently. It just like won a tournament, I'm pretty sure. But that's Charizard, Hatterene's Reverse Trick Room, Snorlax, Whimsicott, so some pretty good speed control there. Sableye looks okay. I think Sableye Toxtricity is okay here. I'd have to use Fake Out or Quash, but we can get some big damage off. They may try to go Trick Room. I don't know if they go Trick Room. I don't know if I want to lead a Rangaroo in that regard. I think leading a Rangaroo is just a mistake in this match. Dracovish looks okay. Late game, if I can do some... it looks okay. I mean, it doesn't look amazing. I think we're going to try this Sableye Toxtricity because that's why I wanted to use this team. And I think I have to bring... I mean, Toxtricity is really solid. I kind of like a Rangaroo because we could reverse Trick Room. I like Dracovish in this one as well, actually. I'm going to bring Dracovish. And do I want to bring a Rangaroo? I think a Rangaroo is not bad. Because we can, if he goes speed control, we can actually reverse it. So I think I'm going to go a Rangaroo. Because Instruct is pretty strong. So the Charizard's going to be a problem. Like turn 1 Charizard is definitely an issue here. So I'm not sure how we navigate that. But I can always Quash and then go for the Overdrive into it. And that should do a sizable chunk. I don't think it KOs a max, but it gives us the Throat Spray, and then maybe we can do it again. I'm not sure, but we'll see. The downside to using rental teams is I just don't know them at all, but it's okay. So it's going to be Whims Charizard. So there's a couple ways we can play this. We could Fake Out the Whimsicott. I don't really care if he gets up the Tailwind, because I feel like that's what he would do here. So I think I want to Quash and then Overdrive the Charizard. I don't think that's going to pick up the KO, though. That's the only concern that I have right now. But we might have to just set up this game to go for the kind of late game play. I don't want a Boom Burst. I mean, I could Boom Burst, but I think Overdrive is the better play, because I think Overdrive plus Boom Burst might do enough. Overdrive hits both targets anyway. So yeah, I think we're gonna Overdrive, and then we could Boom Burst the following turn if I'm still alive. I could also Fake Out Sludge Wave, but I don't think that that's the play. I stopped the Whimsicott, but I'm just gonna Trick Room anyway, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna Overdrive here. I mean, I could single target the Charizard, but I don't think that that's the play. Yeah, I'm just gonna Overdrive it. Get some big damage off on Charizard. I'm sure he's the G-Max Wildfire Charizard. He's gonna just Tailwind. Okay. Not surprising there. That's gonna allow him to move first. He actually did not max, so we can Quash here. And I actually feel like he's probably gonna Heat Wave, but I actually think that we could potentially take this relatively well. So let's see how much this Overdrive does. I don't know my calcs on Toxtricity. Wow, dude. I don't know my Toxtricity calcs, but dude, oh my god. That was incredible, actually. That was insane. Okay, and then Throat Spray activates, and we get it. So my opponent, I think, made a bit of an interesting play there by not maxing. Maybe they have something in the back that they felt was going to be a better max target, or they just wanted to Heat Wave because they felt that Heat Wave was going to do more damage. But my opponent has all the speed control in the world here with Tailwind. However, Sableye's Quash is very good, so let's not sleep on that. Here comes Hatterene. Hatterene, I believe, can be Quash. I don't believe Quash gets Magic Bounce, but let me actually look. I have time to check this. I don't know this interaction at all, so I do want to make sure that I understand it. Let me search Quash. And is Quash Magic Bounceable? I don't think it is. Reflect. It is not reflected. So I can Quash, but I don't have to. So what we can do here is I can actually just Foul Play into... Actually, do I even need Sableye? No, let's go Rangaroo so we can reverse Trick Room if that's the option they decide to take. And then we'll just go for the Boom Burst, I think. Or Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave is kind of cool, too. Yeah, Sludge Wave is actually really cool because it's double target. I don't know if it KOs, though. But I think we're going to find out right now, aren't we? Let's do the Sludge Wave play. If my opponent tries to Trick Room, then I get, like, I think Toxtricity's dying here to the Hatterene. But if they don't max, then maybe. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to max the Hatterene. Okay. I mean, I do have Dracovish in the back, so, and I'm assuming this is a non-speed invested Hatterene because it's for Trick Room, so I can't imagine it's faster than Toxtricity even with Tailwind. But we should be able to pick up a clean KO on the Whimsicott here with the Sludge Wave, and I have the ability to do a couple different things with Oranguru. So here comes the taunt. The taunt is actually going to aim off into the Oranguru slot, but that's okay because I have the Mental Herb, so it's not going to do anything. It's going to activate my Mental Herb, so he was actually aiming for that, which is a really bad play on my opponent's part. Can I just clarify? Because you can't Prankster a Dark type, so Sableye actually can't be taunted. I don't think my opponent realized that. They just made the play without knowing it, but that play was actually really bad on my opponent's part because, again, you cannot taunt Sableye there. Here comes the Max Mindstorm. This is probably going to get the KO pretty easily. We are a very bulky Toxtricity, but not bulky enough. But we did a lot of damage to the Hatterene, so that's okay. I'm not exactly sure what my opponent has in the back, but I have a Dracovish that can hit the field now and do a tremendous amount of damage. So I think that that's what we're going to aim for, is just get Dracovish on the field now. It is Choice Band-Aid. We can Vicious Rend. And even though my opponent has Tailwind, this Dracovish is faster than Toxtricity. So I know that Dracovish will at least be moving first in comparison to Hatterene. So it's going to be Tyranitar. That could actually be, that could be worse. So I think we can work with this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to Vicious Rend into the Hatterene slot and then instruct him to do it again for the other slot. So the Tyranitar is going to be first, but I don't think that that's a huge issue. So we're going to instruct and we're going to Vicious Rend. I'm going to try to get rid of the Hatterene. I never maxed anything, but I can live one hit from the Tyranitar. So let's get rid of that Hatterene first. Tyranitar is going to attack first here, but he's going to just crunch into my Oranguru, but we live this, I'm assuming. Yes. Okay. And then our Vicious Rend should be able to get the KO on the Hatterene because we are Choice Banded. And we do. And then, assuming I understand this interaction correctly, we should be able to instruct and then have the Vicious Rend take out the Tyranitar here. But we're going to find out. I'm pretty sure that's how this should work. Instruct. We're going to Vicious Rend, and it should just target down the Tyranitar. I think Showdown is kind of bugged with this, so it like doesn't always work right. But that Vicious Rend is going to come off and actually just knock out the Tyranitar and show how strong this team can be. We get a crit, but that doesn't matter. This is a Choice Banded Dracovish, so that's going to just do tremendous amounts of damage anyway. And we're going to pick up a nice W there. So kind of a rocky start to the episode. We lost that first game, but I think there's a lot of potential with this team. I kind of have to get the feel for it. But I think there's a lot of potential. We saw how strong Toxtricity could be there in that first game, or the second game rather, which is what I wanted to do. So again, guys, sorry about the content lately. I feel terrible, but there's not a whole lot I can do. I just feel like garbage. So this is going to be a bit of a shorter episode of our Road to Master Rank. I think I'm just going to call it there with the 2 battles and hopefully get some more content for you guys in the near future. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.